Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Aries. I am your online BFF for today. Alright, thank you so much for clicking. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Okay, and thank you so much for clicking my video for today. I truly appreciate it. Okay, alright, so by the way, I just got off from work wearing this, so yeah. So before I take a shower now and before I take a dinner, I'm gonna give you guys a talk about today's topic. It's about loving yourself. That not living yourself so much that nobody's absence bother you. Okay, and how you gonna do it? All right, so first thing first. Okay, there's a kind of peace that most people never experience, like not because it is rare, but because it requires like letting go of something we have been holding on to our entire lives. The need to be chosen. The need to be chosen. All right, okay, wait, let me see it first. By the way, I am sitting on the floor because my current bedroom, like, there's no table or there's no chair for me to sit because actually I'm like sharing a unit apartment, so the room that I got is the smallest one among the rest. So yeah, and I get to pay lesser rent in conclusion, but I guess it's fine. And even though it's so small, like the space that I have is so tiny, I guess I'm gonna bear with it for 1 year, and I'm gonna make out of something from this channel, hopefully. Yeah, all right, so back to the topic. All right, yes, all right, let me see it properly, and sorry for my messy hair for today. Okay, all right, so I want you to imagine waking up one day and someone not texting you back. Someone not texting you back doesn't ruin your mood at all. Someone walk away from you doesn't make you question your worth. Someone that losing interest with you doesn't make you feel like you lost yourself. That's not cold. That's not a detach. That's a self-love, my love. That's a self-love at its highest love, at the highest level. Okay, and if you stay with me until the end of this, you'll understand how to build that kind of relationship with yourself. All right, okay, so we need to know that first. Why do we think that their absence, maybe you have your partner, your past partner, like their absence feel so loud in your life? Okay, let's be honest first. It's never just about them. Okay, it's never about them. It's about what they represent. Attention, validations, connection, or lastly, maybe feeling seen. That's what they represent, isn't it? So when they disappear, it feels like something inside you disappears too. But here's the truth, their absence doesn't create emptiness. It reveals it, and that emptiness, it's not a flaw, it's a space that you've been taught to fill with other people instead of learning how to fill it yourself. All right, so we have this illusion of needing people, craving validations, craving attention from people. There is an illusion. right? You've probably told yourself that I just need the right person, once I am loved properly, I will feel secure. But girl, my girlies, my boys, but think about this. Have you ever gotten the attention that you wanted and still felt anxious at the end? Still overthinking, still wondering if whether it will last and all, because that's because dependency don't disappear when you're in love, okay? It just hides until something triggers it again. Real self-love isn't about finding someone who never leaves. It is not. It's about becoming someone who never abandoned themselves. Alright? Let me repeat that again for you. Real self-love, okay? It's about becoming someone who's never abandoned yourself. That's the real love to begin with. Alright, so stop abandoning yourself. Alright, this is where most people get it wrong. You say that you want to be chosen, but how often are you choosing yourself? How often? I'm asking you, how often, Every time you ignore your own boundaries to keep someone, stay silent to avoid conflict, accept less than you deserve just to be, not feel lonely and all, you're sending yourself a message actually that my needs come second and they are first. That's why I need their attention. That's why I need their validations and all. And the more you do that, the more someone else's presence starts to feel like survival, okay, instead of connections. Okay, so let's shift that. Okay, let's shift that. So what will it look like to have your own back, no matter what? How? Okay, so we need to build a life that feels full without them. Right, so here's something no one says enough about this, because it is hard to not be affected by someone's absence when when they are your whole world, so don't ever make anyone your whole world. Never. Because expand your life, pour into things that don't leave, such as your goals, your routines, your passions, your growth. You need to create days that feel meaningful, with or without anyone else in them. Because when your life feels full, someone leaving doesn't take everything with them. It just creates space, right? So we need to learn to enjoy our own presence. These might feel uncomfortable at first, because being alone without distractions, without constant message, without external validations, it feels uncomfortable for some people, but not me. Okay, not me. Not me. Okay, not me. Yes, you, if you're reading this, you. Okay, if you feel uncomfortable and you need validations from people around you, I know it's uncomfortable, so stop doing that. Okay, stop seeking validations from external validations, but stay there. Okay, stay there, because on the other side of that discomfort, is familiarity, and then a peace. I know it. Start small. Wait, let me pause this. Okay, I'm back because just now I need to pause the video, alright? Yeah, back to the topic. So, where did I stop? Oh, are you talking about we need to build ourselves, right? Okay, yeah. Yes, start small. Sorry, I think someone is moving the chair outside. If you hear some noise in the background, just don't mind because it is noisy outside and I get it. Okay, so start small, my love. If you are listening to this, start small. Take yourself out, sit with your thoughts, do things without documenting them for approval. You don't have to, get to know who you are when no one else is watching you, because the stronger your relationship with yourself becomes, the less you rely on others to feel okay, because you need to redefine what people meant for you. Like, what is their purpose in your life? Loving yourself deeply doesn't mean that you stop caring about people. It means you stop depending on them to complete you. Alright? So people will become additions. Alright? It become additions only in your life, not a foundations to whoever you are. Alright? Remember, okay, you appreciate them, but you don't collapse without them. Never, because you can enjoy their presence. Okay, you can, but you don't chase their absence. And most importantly, you don't negotiate your worth just to keep them around. Alright, so here's the shift. You don't need to become someone who doesn't feel. Alright? We are humans and we do have feelings. We are free to feel whatever emotions that we have, right? You just need to become someone who feels and still chooses themselves anyway, in whatever circumstances that you are facing, all right, in life. Because when you truly love yourself, someone leaving, doesn't feel like a rejection, it feels like a redirections. Okay, and one day you will notice something different. You're not checking your phone as much. You're not over analyzing silence. You're not shrinking to keep people close to you. You're just at peace with yourself. Not because everyone stayed, no, but because you did. You never leave yourself, never abandon yourself, okay? Never ever do that. Okay, I hope that resonates with you, whoever are listening to me. I'm sorry because I have a really dry eye now. Okay, so thank you very much for watching until the end, and hopefully, it's not hopefully, no, there's no hopefully, it's a must. Time to choose yourself more, okay? Don't abandon the inner child that you have within you. Never abandon them for shitty people. Never. Okay, yeah, okay, that's all for me, and hope you guys have a glorious day ahead. Okay, so that's all for me, and see you guys again. Bye bye.